What's up YouTube? Welcome back to KangBros TV. This is a quick reaction video to Liverpool versus Villa. And we came back to win 2-1 again. Bro, I think it was Milner who said it, yeah? Like, this is not easy. Supporting Liverpool is not easy. For a long, long time, it's not good for the heart. But to come over the line on this one, it shocked me because the other games that I've seen before, like the likes of Tottenham, Leicester, I always thought, you know what, Liverpool, we're going to do this. We're going to bring it back. And I always said to you before, innit? I said, don't worry, we got this, even though I'm shitting it inside. But this game, I give props to Villa because they weren't just there to just sit back and put 11 men behind the ball and just sit there and defend. Even though they scored, they were still looking for the counter-attack and to go the other way. So I give ratings to Aston Villa. And I just couldn't see where this goal was going to come from. And then out of the blue, Liverpool just were persistent, and they just kept going, were brave and took risks. And then Robertson to get that goal, and then suddenly we started believing again. I don't know how you felt about that. Did you feel the same way, or was it just...
I didn't think we were going to score. I genuinely just felt to myself, you know what, today's the day that it falls off. It just didn't look like it. It just didn't feel like it was going to happen. And fair play to the opposition, because I think that's the reason why you got to give them props. Like, because they obviously, they stuck to it. They worked hard.
They had no Grealish, and then they're the bottom of the league as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, what I will say is, this is what I was talking to somebody else about this, right? It epitomises Liverpool at the minute is that Robertson has got no right to be where he was to score that goal.
Mane's got no right to give that ball.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah, so this is what it is, and it's just pure desire. Yeah. That's what it is. You can't. That's the sort of stuff that, like, you know, we talk about having an identity and a manager instilling something within a team. It was like wave after wave, but obviously, for Villa, they're probably thinking, right, as long as we can see where the front three are or where the forwards are, we're okay, we're good. Mate, he's the left back, and he just gambled and made a run. That's just desire. To score that goal, pure desire, that. And then to get the ball, the reaction, get the ball, let's go, we got another one in us. And then Mane almost got his face kicked in to do that. It just shows that there is, you know, that there's fight in that team, which is something that we've lacked in years gone by, when we've looked at it and thought, oh, you know what, when the chips are down, I don't know, I can't see where it's... Watching other teams at the moment, other teams who were big teams who are now struggling, they are, you watch them now, and you can see that they're like that. I don't see where the next goal's coming from. And the other teams have been going through that. And at the moment, like City proved it as well, there's goals everywhere. And that's what it takes, the left back scoring. Mane's obviously been important for us, but there's goals starting to come from different sources now. Origi's getting a goal here and there. Ox has got a couple in a week. Lallana's got one and come on and looked all right again. So it's good to see that there's goals coming from other parts of the pitch. I think, and that, again, it just seems like it's sheer desire that's getting them through, which is great to see.
Mane, I can't sing enough praises about the guy. Like, the fact that he gave the assist for the first goal, that ball, like, he has no right to get that ball, and then to get the goal.
That's off his left foot.
Yeah, and then to get the goal. And I think a lot of people are saying that Mane is probably our best player.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And listen, people are making a point about Pep making comments about diving. Listen, I don't blame him. Because you would do anything to put that guy off his game at the moment because he's on flames. Yeah. Just like anything, you know, you do whatever it takes to put Sterling off his game because he's going to cause problems. So you want to upset the apple cart and start playing mind games. I don't really have any problems with that because as a manager, I'd be looking at it thinking, you know, he's going to be a problem. So, but listen, I can't not talk about it. It's been on my mind. It's been annoying me all weekend. Yeah, it's this fucking VAR. I'm sick and tired of talking about it myself. Yeah. But
literally every single video.
I can't.
Like, and it's not just Liverpool for games. It's
everyone.
Like on Match of the Day.
If you're an Everton fan, right? I mean, listen, I don't really have much sympathy. Actually, no, Gomez. That is whatever happened to him is raw, and I hope that he's a speedy recovery because it just looked horrible. But talking about the game and the VAR decisions, how was Dele Alli's not a handball?
Mental. It's mental.
It's mental.
It's literally just hit his hand. I think he kind of knows what he's doing as well when he's coming down.
And the thing is, they made this rule saying if it hits the ball and if the ball hits the hand and defensive, deliberate or not deliberate, if it's handball, then now all of a sudden you're changing it. So I don't get it.
VAR and Brexit have to be the most two trending things in this country.
And the thing is, right? They made a point about it. It's the same clowns that do game after game after game. The same Joeys that one's doing the game, the other one's sitting in the fucking Stockley Park, and it's the same Joeys the next day just to swap it on a rotation. They're all shit. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how it works. So if they don't know how it works, how can you expect this whole VAR thing to be a success? They don't want to go to the side because they don't want to be influenced by managers. They don't want to be influenced by other teams. They don't want to take the responsibility and ownership and say, right, I'm going to go and check it, right, myself. Mate, we're pissing in the wind.
Bro,
We're
the
pissing in
reason
the
why
wind
they don't
with
go to the
VAR.
side is because they're pussies, bro. That's what it is. If I compare it to like someone like, I don't know, a rugby referee, when you see the guy speak with authority and confidence and he knows exactly what he's talking about, everyone just, all the players go, okay.
Yeah. All right,
That's
cool,
it. Even when they try to speak back, because he's so like in charge of what that pitch and what he's doing, and that's what you don't have with the football ones. They literally stand there. As soon as VAR says something, yeah, that's it. Because they're just cowards, mate. For
And
me.
it is because what they do is, if you realise, they give a decision. It's not me.
Yeah, it's that point like that.
It's VAR. It's not me. It's not me. Don't blame me. It's VAR. Like I said, I know, I'm all for. Previously, I've always been for technology because you want to eradicate the wrong ones and stuff like that. And we were saying as well. And
Offside, it was all right.
At least it's got the offside sorted because you can't get that wrong. But then now you're making staggered lines and saying, oh, his armpit's offside, but he can't score with his armpit. He actually, if he hits his armpit, the chances are it's handball, unless he walks it in and it hits his armpit. I don't know.
It didn't even look offside when I watched it in real time. I was like, are you sure? And even for me, if you look carefully, he goes to the linesman. He goes,
sure?
you sure, bro? You're right.
But from the linesman's perspective, you can see probably why, because from his angle, he sees Firmino and he sees that Firmino's behind the defender. So it's difficult because he automatically does look offside then, because you don't get that angle. But that's the whole point of having a VAR. Listen, I know that there's been some decisions that have worked for Liverpool with VAR, right? So I'm not, I'm not just sitting there saying, oh, it's great when it works for us and it's not great. It is flawed. The system is flawed. It's a flawed system at the moment. There's no consistency with it. So if there isn't any consistency, and like Carragher said, if there's no consistency, you've got to just say, you know what, it hasn't worked. We need to go back to the drawing board. That's what it has to be.
I agree. The points I want to touch on is first of all, how the game changed and the starting 11. What was your thoughts on starting 11 when you first saw it?
I know why
it didn't make sense.
Well, Fabinho is with Man City in mind, right? You'd say.
Well, that's the only thing I can
That's
think
the only
of.
thing I can think of. Well, it would be because it was mentioned to him. So that's what he's done. But the replacement, I was just like, I'm not sure. I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, I don't see why he's gone with that decision. The other thing is, right, they're playing there's a lot of games, not just Liverpool, all teams, there's a lot of games. At the moment, it's just hard to keep up. It's just game after game after game after game. You're running these guys into the ground. And let's be honest, they are finely tuned athletes, but they're human beings. You know what I mean? They're at the end of the day, they are only human beings. And you're asking a lot of these mateys, you know that? A lot.
Yeah, but how has Lallana made it into this starting lineup when he was completely dog shit against Arsenal? He was probably one of the worst players on the pitch. And how has Ox not started in this game? I don't understand what Ox has to do to get into this lineup. And then when stuff changed and the game started changing, it was when Ox and Naby came on and literally
Ox looked good, man.
Literally want on the ball, get on the ball and running through the lines.
But maybe, I don't know, just devil's advocate, maybe it is injuries in mind and it is saying that Ox has been plagued with injuries. I know Lallana's not been much better, but Ox has been plagued with injuries. So maybe he's thinking, right, as well as he is playing, we have to manage his workload. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, I'm happy we're still getting the 3 points, even though we're rotating and we're getting 3 points. That's what I'm happy with. And then going into, obviously, you said Man City, Fabinho needs to be playing. Him against Fernandinho is going to be a great battle.
Well, Fernandinho's going to be playing centre-half, isn't he?
Well, yeah, but just those two on the pitch to see how they go about their business. Yeah. That's what I mean. Obviously not a duel between themselves, but...
And the other thing is that Liverpool have got a Champions League game to think about in between. Obviously, it's as do Man City, but there's a Champions League game to think about, and you're probably thinking...
And they're away, and they're playing a day after,
So, as I said, this week's huge, because it's the difference between 3 points and 9 points. 9 points, all of a sudden you're thinking, right, bloody hell, this is good. This is a good place to be. But if it's not, if you're a Man City fan, and this is the way I see it, if you want to win the league, you've got to beat the best teams. So Man City are like, right, well, we're 6 points. We've got to play them twice. So we beat them twice. That's the 6 points gone. And then if you do that, you deserve to win the league. Really, don't you? So it's as simple as that, really. But yeah, obviously I don't want to detract too much from obviously Saturday. It's scary. It was a bit scary. It's getting a bit, it is a bit too close for comfort. But, from we saw all across Europe, other teams, the results that happened, people losing jobs. As long as we keep churning out the results and, listen, I don't want to complain and say too much. We've won the game. We weren't at our best and we've won.
One hole that I want to pick is the goal that we conceded. Now, we discussed this a little bit.
At length, to be fair.
Yeah, and I wasn't too... Obviously, the high line has been working for us like perfectly for I don't know how long. So we got even the players, everyone just looked over to the linesman expecting it to be offside. But surely teams are going to start. Surely they can pick up on this thing. Okay, look, Liverpool do this all the time. They're very good with their line. Let's just start off a yard off behind this line and just run into those gaps. Is it as easy as that, or I made it sound so simple?
Yeah, you've made it sound very simple because the delivery's got to be perfect. If it's too high, the keeper comes to claim it because there's too much on it. If it's too flat and they're as high as they are, it's got to be at the trajectory of the ball's got to be perfect in timing for the run, and it's still quite far out. So it's going to take a lot of things to go its way. My only problem with it is that zonal marking is great and it's worked to up to now, but teams would have seen that. You can't have 3 men on one person at the back stick.
Exactly.
So all I'm saying is, and we looked at it, didn't we? There was Lallana, Mane, Salah, Firmino, and listen, some of them are just marking a space, and that is your zones, and I get all that. But if there's 3 people at the back stick on Henderson, surely he's got to say, right, okay,
He's got to talk.
Maybe that means we've set up in a certain way, and I know you sort of blindly trust your shape, but 3 against 1 is never, and even if it is man for man, you can stop them, you can block his run. You can stand in front of him, he doesn't get that run on you. People turn around and say the keeper should do better, but listen, keeper at that point, from that distance, running across your goal, listen, it's pot luck. If he saves it, great. If he doesn't, you can't really say too much. So I think for me anyway, the free kick, the trajectory of the ball was very good. The run was timed well. 9 times out of 10, it wouldn't be as perfect as that. It's a risky game that you play, isn't it? Because if it works, then it's offside and boom, you're on the attack. If it's too much on it, keeper can come and claim it because you're keeping that space open for the keeper to come and claim it. And typically, if it's too much on it, the defenders can get back. It's probably the first one that we've conceded in a long time from that type of thing. So it's nothing. I don't think it's alarm bells, but it might just be a case of rejigging and saying, right, well, if we're getting overcrowded at the back stick, we might just need to just shuffle along a couple just to block some runs.
Exactly. That was one thing I wanted to say, because otherwise, you know what, everyone else is going to see that, and we've been doing it for a long time now. And if it is, it's just as easy as that. And at this level as well, I know you're saying it takes a very good delivery, but at this level, you expect that, the likes of Maddison, whatever, doing those delivery, Ericsson, you expect them to hit that. So that's why I was saying that, to raise that. Just to finish up now, then I think it's quite simple and it's quite easy. This week is who was the man of the match for you in that game? Sadio. And his levels and his consistency has been mental, literally. And I think he deserves that. So yeah, I think I can't give it to anybody else.
Nah. So next game, Champions League, and we will see you off the back of that game.
And we look forward to the Man City game. And I think this is a chance for us to really go and win that, because I know.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
No.
Let's go Champions League
first.
Wait.
I'm just saying is that their defense is not as great as it is right now, and that's why I'm just going to leave it on that. I think we should capitalise on that, and we should do the business.
As I say, Champions League game first. Man's getting too gassed over here.
All right. Until then, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and definitely comment.